If I didn't write Refugee Boy, I don't know how long ago I wrote it, but I would have written it last week. People congratulate me on its success, and I feel really sad. And even the publisher has said, "Oh, you've got so many sales," and the sales are going high because there's more refugees, and people want to learn about it, which is a kind of good thing that people want to learn about it. It's just sad that it's so necessary. But these are the stories that must be told. When I was 13, 14, 15, I hated reading. I hated novels. That's a strong word, but I would look at a book and the first thing I would see would be the size of it. You know, and then I would just look and go, that's hard work. And I just found it really difficult. And later on, when I was like 21 or so, I learned that I was dyslexic. So when I approach writing a novel, I think about kids that were like me. Kids didn't really like reading novels. And again, this may sound like a bit of a strong thing to say, but the world is full of a lot of middle-class, over-educated writers who write to impress the intelligentsia and all that stuff, and so they can be talked about on Radio 4. For me, one of the greatest moments in my writing career was when I was in a park in East London. I'm going to talk about another book now, sorry. And it was my first novel, Face. And I saw a group of kids who were playing truant and reading my book.
Oh, right.
People say, "Oh, it's great when you see somebody on the train reading your book." No. When I see kids hanging out, right, hiding from the police, reading my book, you know, because I know exactly where their head is at. That's how I start writing. I think if I was a 14, 15-year-old kid, what would I like to have read?
Yeah, I was asked to adapt this incredible book, and I've known Benjamin, you know, for a long time, and firstly from a distance as somebody whose book I got on a housing estate in Wigan when I was like the only black in the village, you know. And I am Ethiopian and I have Eritrean blood in me as well, and I am.
You used to have dreadlocks.
Yeah, I used to have dreadlocks, you know. Okay, I was copying, but Thanks, man. But, and so it was a gift. I mean, it was a real gift for me as a poet and writer. And I really wanted to do it. I've spent my life discovering my you know, where I'm from and who my family are, and you know, what are the odds that a poet who's you know, in Britain is Ethiopian and Eritrean, is fostered, brought up in care in children's homes. You know, the synergy between these stories, it was the perfect thing for me to be able to do. Can I tell the story? Or do you want to?
No, we said we would do that in the privacy of our own home. Go on.
Benjamin was like, "Well, I know Lemn, and I'd like Lemn to do it. That's fine, but I'd like also like, you know, I was hoping for a young writer." Swear to God, that's true. Don't listen to him.
No, listen to me.
Don't listen.
My first instinct was, give it to a new writer. Let this be somebody's first play. I want to give it to an up-and-coming writer. I want an up-and-coming writer to say, my first play was Benjamin Zephaniah's book. Then I got this guy on the phone. No, but Lemn said something to me. He just went, "This is my story." And I went, "Of course, you know what I mean?" Because I know all those things about Lemn. I know that he's got Ethiopian blood, Eritrean blood in him. I know you know, his journey to England and how he grew up and everything. And I remember thinking, yeah, it's his story. I've got this thing when I'm writing my novel, there's not much poetry in it. I put a poem at the back. I think it's because when I did my first novel, there was a kind of, I could hear people talking, "Oh, it's going to be a..."
It's going to be a rhyming.
It's going to be a rhyming.
A verse novel, which means crap novel.
I could hear all these like stereotypes, and especially with my first novel, because the main character was like a 14-year-old white kid. They were all expecting a kind of Black Brixton novel or something like that. So I wanted to show that I could just write a narrative and just do a story. So what Lemn has done is Lemm's put the poetry back into it.
Benjamin gave me like the right to be able to interpret as I would to interpret and adapt as I would adapt, and things do change, but you have to have permission for them to happen. it's those people who think that when you give your book to a film crew and they make a film out of it, that it will be the representation of the book that you have in your head and on the page. You're setting yourself up for failing there, because things will change. So he allowed me to be as I am. The nature of this is like it goes through these beautiful creative chambers. Benjamin's like the big chamber there that churns out this thing, and then it pours into the chamber of Lemn and comes out one, and then the director says, well, actually it's gonna go like, and then the actor goes, well, actually there's 5 of us here. You know, it's how do you get all of those different things. When magic happens is when they've all sort of like, they're all just took a look at each other and gone, it's all right, isn't it? You know what I mean? And hopefully the audience gets that as well. But if they don't, it's okay. You know, we're all working our machines as best we can. So I just come back from Ethiopia, so I brought this for you, man.
Oh.
I mean, literally. I know you've probably got a few of these.
No, I don't.
Are you
Honestly.
serious?
Oh, I love you too, man.
Oh, man.